to keep yourself neat. You don't even have to talk in the lab. You have to keep quiet. You don't even have to keep food near you or even do anything. The place should be neat and then very quiet. And then when I came back and then I practiced those things, I had a good results. I had about 95%. There was just few contamination. I realized that when I keep practicing, I would even get about 99 or 100% free contamination spawns. So that's what I have learned, and then I've gained the experience I've gained through the spawn production at the convert training. Before then, productivity was, I was getting losses because I put much into the production, and then because there are contamination, I usually lost. But at this time, I put in less and then I get more results, and then I think it's helping my business because I'm able to produce and then earn a lot from it, get more spawns, and then use some in my bag production and able to sell some to other farmers too. I produce about 200 bottles of spawns. I end up getting about 70 bottles of spawns. But after the SDF training, now when I produce about 200 bottles of spawns, I'm able to get about 180, 190 bottles of spawn now, which I can see that it has been an improvement into the spawn production in my business. On behalf of Mushroom Growers and Exporters Association, I want to thank SDF for the funding and also for Food Research Institute, also for the training. Thank you very much.
In view of the innovative skills acquired in spawn production and mushroom cropping, the future obviously looks bright for the mushroom industry, observes Dr. Mary Obodai, a senior research scientist.
It looks very promising in that the training they have received is going to ensure that they use good quality spawns to produce mushrooms, and this would affect the yield in terms of the volumes that will be produced, because we're expecting from the training they have received to have at least 40% yield in terms of their biological efficiency, because we're trained using agricultural waste such as cassava waste, cassava peels, cassava sticks, maize stover, rice straw, and sawdust. And under the Gratitude Project, which was one of the training programs or training methods they used, that is using sawdust and cassava peels. And we found that to be comparable to the yields of sawdust. And I would emphasize that the Mugriag, after receiving these trainings, should emphasize on the nutritional and medicinal properties of these mushrooms, because some people take these mushrooms to be ghost mushrooms, they just kick it around, but they are very nutritious and have medicinal properties. There are over 14,000 different species of these mushrooms, and 7,000 have been identified as being edible. And so if they stress these properties to their clients, it would increase the intake of mushrooms, which will be beneficial to the health of the people. Mushrooms are rich in nutrients such as proteins, vitamins, minerals, and they have various medicinal properties depending on the type of mushroom that is grown. So I would encourage that as they receive these trainings, they should go out and increase their production to ensure more jobs, more income, and also produce good quality spawn. I would encourage the ladies to go into production, because this is an activity which you can do at the back in your backyard. You can even crop some of the mushrooms in your kitchen, and they are very easy to harvest, and which would add up to the nutritional content of their meals. So I'd encourage the ladies to go into production, produce the bags, produce for marketing, and also to sell it with the feminine touch. I'm sure that they are going to increase their income and also give good nutritious meals to their family.
My name is Samuel Bolu. When the European market switched on to the new variety called MD2, it was very difficult for us to adopt to the new variety because we don't have the technology. The land preparation is quite different. The fertilization, almost everything was different. And at the end, if you continue the way it was, we would have ended up even closing up the farm. Thanks to SDF, we received a grant of 248,000 Ghana cedis, which enabled us to bring in a Costa Rican consultant who is currently teaching us to cultivate the new variety MD2. At the moment, we have been able to increase our yield from 20 tons to 80 tons per hectare, and we are able to sell to European and North American markets.
The Skills Development Fund, SDF, is an initiative of the Government of Ghana with funding from the World Bank and DANIDA to help Ghanaian firms become competitive. From now till 20th January 2014, SDF is requesting firms that require innovative skills and technology to submit their proposals for assistance. Visit sdfghana.org or call 0209 977 796 or 0209 977 899. SDF, funding for skills and technology development.
Mushroom cultivation in Ghana will never be the same with the support from SDF. Of course, it's going to get better. I think you should also consider going into mushroom cultivation. The benefits are just enormous. Luckily, I have a product here from the association, and it's Dasam mushroom, medicinal and nutritious. Unfortunately, this all time will allow us today on SDF Diaries. Please make a date with me same time next week. Bye for now.